Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the MWL podcast. Sorry, this sign back here is just a little bit outdated. It's been a while. But trust me, we have been so busy here with the MWL. It's just, right now, we've been so busy, we haven't been able to do it. But thankfully now, with summer being here, we are able to get a podcast in. Episode 5, it should be a good one. So let's get on into it. So it's been a while, so what we're going to do normally, what we've always normally done, we're going to talk about what's going on in our lives, and then we're going to talk secondly about we're going to do a series recap of opening day, and we're going to do a series preview to Leopards Scorpions to end off slate 1, so that should be a good one. And then we're just going to, our special segment at the end, we're going to predict the rest of the MWL season. So it should be a good episode. Jay, you ready for it?
Let's do it.
Alright, let's do it. So first off, what's going on in our lives? So finally, summer is here. School is over, finally. Jay, what do you got going on right now? I mean,
A lot of lacrosse.
Yeah, sports right now in general, especially I got baseball, Jay's got lacrosse. We had football for freshmen just start today, so that's a big thing. We just had finished off our 4-day camp that we just had. So I mean, other than that, it hasn't, because with school being out, we don't have much really going on. I umpire Little League games, so I can just make a little bit of money, and it's still fun. It's something kind of like a job almost. I do that a little bit. Basically, it's just baseball, and then right now. So yesterday though, we just went when we were recording this. Yesterday we went to Cedar Point as it was our last. It was after the last day of school. It was our class trip. That was pretty fun. Jay, what would you like to share your experience of Cedar Point?
It was good. Rode a lot of rides, but Top Thrill 2 was closed, which
that was the worst part. Yeah, no. Top Thrill 2 was closed. You couldn't go on it. But honestly, I think the wait would have been 3 hours though.
Yeah, but the rest of the lines would have been dispersed.
Yeah, that's the thing. All the rest of the lines we would have at one point gone on it. We would have just sucked it up and dealt with it. But it would have shortened up everything else, so it wouldn't have been that bad. It'd be when you get there in the mornings, you can just walk on rides. We did Valraven, we just walked on to Valraven because you want to make it back to Steel Vengeance, so we just walked on there and just got on. So yeah. So yeah, Cedar Point. It was a fun trip. Because how the tickets that we buy from the school, how it's you get a wristband that gives you a drink. You can get drinks every 15, food every 90. I know a couple people who are just hammering that food every 90 minutes. I always would get drinks. I'm always thirsty. I would go and just get a drink.
I would get a drink every
I would get a drink.
I didn't get the food that much.
Yeah, I honestly was not too hungry. I think I had lunch or a snack. I had a snack was I had Bosco sticks and if you ever know what those things are amazing. And then funnel fries, and it's a funnel cake, but they're just fresh.
I passed by that stand.
Those were actually amazing. But it sucks though. Cedar Point's cashless.
Oh yeah, I know, yeah.
And I was getting ready to pay for the stuff to get the snack before we got lunch. I'm in there paying the line. It's oh shoot, they don't do cash anymore. So I had to call over my friend who had a debit card. And luckily they paid for it. So then later on we had to go and get a debit card from an ATM. Yeah. But I don't get why. I think they should leave it both ways, cash and it just makes it more easier for people coming like us. So we just have cash. I don't think not all of us have credit cards or debit cards. I don't have a debit card or anything like that. I just have cash. So yeah, so I have that, which was pretty good. Bosco sticks were pretty good. The marinara sauce was not that good. It was okay.
I went to that. Did you walk by that barbecue place? It was by Magnum.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I went there. It was pretty good.
Did you guys go there for lunch? Is that where you went?
Yeah.
Nice. We went for lunch. It was what was it called? It was called, I forget it right now, but it was some sort of I don't remember. I can't remember what it was, but it was one of the ride names, and then it was Inn. So for example, it was Maverick Inn or whatever, or something like that. I think it used to be a Chick-fil-A, but they moved out of there. But the place though was really nice. I got so we got with our free wristband. We got an entree. It was French bread pizza and French fries. I wasn't crazy hungry, so I ate a little bit. A lot of people didn't like the fried because they're steak fries,
Yeah.
so they're like more
Oh,
thicker. They have more
I
potato.
like those.
They're good. I don't like. A lot of people don't like them. They like the more the thinner, like
I
you know,
like
like
potatoes
McDonald's
in all
type fries. Yeah.
kinds.
You know, I think potatoes are amazing. No, I love people who say, "Oh, I like French fries. I don't like potatoes." Are you kidding me? That's literally what French fries are made out of. I don't know. Do we want to move on? Anything else for me to talk about? I don't know,
We'll be able
because
to post more now. We'll have
yes, we will be
podcasts.
able to post so much more now in the summer. Like, hopefully now, like, because for opening day, there was no pregame show. I don't know if that's going to be a thing we're going to
Yeah.
continue. Because I liked how I kind of had the lineups in there after the, like, nice intro. I thought that I made a good job of the intro.
Too.
I think I did a good intro. I like that. Maybe we'll still have something like a pregame show like that. Maybe we'll be on the field, maybe something like that. Usually Jay will come over early for series, and we'll sometimes do that. But I don't know. We'll see how everything works. Like opening day, it was so busy we had to get it in, but we had to have like people subbing in. It was busy, but we had to at least get one in.
It was in the school day anyway, so
Yeah, but it was still honestly a legitimate series though, because it was like we still had the people who were subbing in were like they were still legitimate, like good. I think honestly Bennett was probably better than Thomas. I'm gonna say that right now. Because I feel like Bennett almost hit a home run, almost like every at bat. I feel like Bennett got like a hit. I don't think anyone got him out, like when he had to sub in for Thomas. But so like I said, podcast. We're gonna be able to get this a lot more. It's gonna be nicer because we can do like these post game, like these recaps and these previews. Or that's gonna be so much nicer. It's gonna be fun to do. And then video wise, I don't know exactly how often we're gonna be able to do series, but I know at the time of recording, we're a week out from doing the Scorpions Leopards. We were finally able to get a date for that one. Thank goodness. Because I knew you guys have just been busy, like, because this was during like the school year when we were trying to do it, and you guys just had Leopards had lacrosse, baseball for like a couple weeks. It was just so same with Scorpions. Like everyone was just busy. There will be, as of now, there's a player that will be inactive, but both teams agreed to having the number one pick. Colin Williams will not be able to play as of now. As of this podcast recording, he is not going to be able to play in their first series. But and don't think that we're rigging this, because I had a vote amongst all the players that will be playing the series, and they said just go without it. It's fine. So whatever happens. They just hopefully they'll get him for their next series. But I mean, it sucks, but I mean, it's kind of just what we gotta do, because we were close to like having for the first time ever. We've never done this. Like, for example, me and the Sayers already played. We were gonna probably have your guys' team play either one of us that starts slate 2, and then we would come back to a series. Yeah. I don't like that, but if we had to do it, we would have done it. But I'm glad that at least the players are okay with it, so we're gonna give it a go. It's gonna be original 3-on-3, because it's gonna be Liam Jarbo is gonna be at a tournament, and then Colin Williams will be gone for the Scorpions, so it's going to be like just the 3-on-3 like last year. Let's save that. Let's get into the recap of opening day, Central Cranes and the Ohio Sailors. So, for those of you who watched the series, I think it was a good series. I don't think the scoreboard, like a lot of coaches, people say this, but like the scoreboard didn't accurately depict how well we played. I think my team played a lot. I think we did okay. We did well, but we didn't win. We got swept. Ohio Sailors are a really good team. Kingston, Thomas, Grayson, Carter obviously was inactive, but now trade happened. Now Brandon Rommeyer got traded from the Cranes to the Sailors in exchange for Carter Stahl, who's a rookie. So we're gonna see how he wasn't able to make it to the opening day series. Hopefully he's gonna be in there for slate 2. I really hope so, because I've seen him play a little bit. He might be all right. We'll see how he does. We'll see how he does. But mainly, like, if he's not able to be there, my main three is, like, it's me, Brady, Bishop, and Griffin. Brady struggled. It was his first series. He just had to get used to it. And we played probably the best team in the league. Yeah. Like, it was tough.
Fine.
I think he did well. He was able to get on base and pitch well.
Pitch decent, too.
My pitching was just off. I didn't really pitch well.
Shook off the rust a little bit.
Yeah, I think after that, I've been starting to work on it more. I've been getting back into hitting the zone. I've been doing well. So hopefully I'll be able to come out and pitch for our second series of the year, which I don't know who it's going to be against. We played last year's slate 2. We played Sailors last year's slate 2, so I think it's going to be you guys next.
We'll play
So our second series will probably be between us.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I think, right?
Yeah.
Because we're trying to make it as different from last year as possible.
Yeah. Because our
So-
last series was
Last-
us.
Yeah, we played last, so.
So we should play second.
I think going through it. So game one, it was I think the final score was like 5-2. I think Sailors won. It was an okay game. We were close. We just couldn't get the bats going. Pitching did well. We just couldn't get the bats going.
Yeah. Game two.
Game two
bit of
it was a
flaw,
blowout. It was
yeah.
like 16-3. But I feel like we had that in the last year's series. We had that against them. It was like game two was a blowout. But then last year we came back and won game three. This year though, however, it was a really tough battle. It was a fight to the end.
Good game.
But we lost 7-5, which then secured the season.
I wish I was
Sailors.
there at that game. I had to leave.
Yeah,
That would've been nice to watch.
It was a really good game.
Yeah.
Like I had a grand slam. I
saw
that's
that.
probably my best game of the season so far. That was my best game.
I saw it when I was leaving. I saw you hit one.
I was really proud of myself. I was happy. So like the first inning, we got 5 runs. So then we had to go out there defend bottom of the first. You get 2 outs, and they had like only scored 2 runs, and then they were able to get it to the 5-run mercy. The next inning, no score for us, and then the Sailors got 2 in the bottom half of the second, which made it 7-5.
Yeah.
Then we weren't able to get any runs back, which sucked. I was really torn
Really thought you
after
had
that because I
that
thought
one.
we were going to be able to win that. It just was going to be a fight.
Couldn't
We had
score
like
at the
we had
first
like
inning.
almost like a team meeting after like before game 3, like kind of how we're gonna attack it. I think our lineup it was me leading off, Griffin at 3, and Brady at the 2. And I feel like we're gonna keep that lineup for the rest of the year because it worked well. And I think I might have figured out a strategy of how to beat this good pitchers. And it's gonna sound so dumb, but honestly, just swing because and it sounds so stupid, but honestly,
If they
just
can
gotta-
hit the zone consistently.
if you see it coming out of the hand, because if you can't wait. Wiffle ball,
Yeah.
it's almost harder sometimes than a baseball.
Yeah.
Like you once because of all the movement, especially against like Kingston. I hit my home run off of Kingston.
Yeah.
Maybe probably one of the best pitchers in the league. He's at least for sure top 3. He's up there.
Triple crown.
Yeah, he almost won the Triple Crown
He
last
did win the
year.
Triple
Did
Crown.
he win the,
Yeah,
he won the
he did.
Triple Crown last year. And he did great in pitching, hitting, all that. He's probably the best all-around player in the league, for sure. He won the MVP, I'm pretty sure. So he was obviously the best player in the league last year. I saw him out of the hand. I got my most hits that series was off of Kingston. I didn't really do well off of Thomas.
Thomas looked really good.
Thomas looked good out there too. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the problem with this series. They got 2 very good pitchers. So if
Yeah.
one of them's not on, they're gonna throw somebody else. But so honestly, I just saw it out of the hand, and I saw it looks like it was coming in close. That's the thing. Like once you see it out of the hand, if you think it's gonna be anywhere close, honestly, just swing and see if you can put a bat on it, and then maybe good things will happen. Because it forces the other team to start to have to field it, or if, like for my case, I hit a home run on one of those hits.
Because in wiffle, you don't need a bunch of power. You just need good, solid contact,
Yeah, you
and
see-
it has
yeah.
a chance to get out.
Yeah, good solid contact, and it's got a chance. But we didn't move the fences back since I got a bigger fence. We can move the fences back. I think what I mentioned. I'm trying to think. It was like I think it was like 60 to
Center.
no.
No,
It was way more than
poles.
that. 60. I think it was like 60 or 65 the polls. I think center was like 70 or 75. I'm not 100% sure. I know because I'm trying to make it similar to like the MLW. I
What is
think it was
theirs?
like their polls are 65, so I think we did 60. And then
Yeah.
center field, I think we did like 75,
70.
I think, or like
Yeah.
70, somewhere in there. It was still good dimension, so it wasn't like, I mean, it got out, so I mean, a home run's a home run. It wasn't like a towering bomb, but it got out, so I'm not complaining about it at all. I'm happy about it, so. But yeah, so we got swept. It wasn't a very good series. Obviously, we didn't win. But now heading back into it, like we were talking about, I'm gonna have to play the Leopards, which is probably the worst stretch to go against.
Yeah.
We gotta play. But if so, coming into the year, I really would love to try to make a run for the championship or the World Series. That'd be great. Problem is, now we just got swept, and the thing I'm worried about is that the 2 teams that we play next, Leopards and Scorpions, Scorpions got a lot better. And they're most likely going to have Colin Williams, and if they do, it's going to be tough. But then we have to play the Leopards next. They have, obviously, Bennett. And I don't think they're going to get. I think you guys are probably going to win 2 out of 3, is my guess.
Yeah.
So you guys are going to be coming in 2-1, fighting for the 1 seed. So we're going to have to really fight if we're going to get back in the race. Because last year we were 4-5, and I would love to get a winning record.
Yeah.
But that means we have to sweep a series and then go 2 out of 3. So I don't think it's going to happen, but you never know. We could have like a Leopards type run last year and go and win it all, but it's going to be an uphill fight. But I think, honestly, us going in the postseason, if we go into the postseason 4-5, I think we got a better chance this year than we did last year in the postseason. I think, honestly, but I don't want to be the last seed. I would like to be able to face. I would like to be the 3 seed at least. That would be my hope. I don't want to get last, but you never know because like this year, the Scorpions are really gonna fight. They're fighting.
Okay.
They really want something. They want to prove that they're gonna be a good team. They want to win. They really want to win.
Oh yeah.
And I think last year when they played you guys, it was really close. There were 2 games.
It was
they
pretty close,
they had leads 2 of the games and then they lost.
It was just me and Bennett had some like tearing runs where we hit like a couple runs in a
like,
row,
you guys,
and it just drains the momentum.
Yeah, and but his thing now they have a pitcher, but this series we don't know who's going to be pitching for the Leopards, or the Scorpions. It's kind of I don't know. Is it going to be Nick? Is it going to be Colin? Most likely not Wade. I don't know. It's gonna have to be almost like a hodgepodge of who's pitching to try to salvage a win. I think if they can get 1 win out of there, they're going to be in a good spot for the rest of the season because they're going to be 3rd, and hopefully next series they're going to get Colin Williams back, and then because who are they going to play? They're going to play Sailors. Are they going to play Sailors?
They can get another one.
If they can get at least another win, maybe off the Sailors, then they go in 2-4 to the last series of the year, and that would honestly, whatever happens, that'd be improvement. That's improvement because they go from no wins to at least 2. Somehow, like, that would be really good for them. And I think because last year's they would have to play us, I think they could legitimately, honestly, win the series off us because I don't know how we're going to come in and play to that. If we come in and playing well, we can win for sure. We could sweep them, but they could also come in and then just destroy us. Like they could get a sweep off us or take 2 out of 3. That's the thing. Like honestly, I have no idea how the rest of the season. That's why we're gonna try to predict this, but I have no idea how the rest of the season.
It could go.
It could go anywhere. That's
in any direction.
That's what I like. That there's going to be some parity this year. I think. When do you guys
really
play
good.
last series? That's going to be a series to watch. Last year of the year, fighting for like playoff positions.
Yeah.
Last year's
that
the
was
year.
the opening day.
Yes, Sailors, Leopards. That's going to be down to the wire to get that 1 seed. Hopefully this year. I need one team. We were the one team that beat the Sailors last year in the regular season. We're not having. We can't have them go undefeated. We can't have it happen. I'd rather have you guys do it than them because I would like to see a new team come to the number 1 spot. But hey, you never know. If like the league collapses on itself, we could somehow get the number 1 spot. Or if something goes crazy, Scorpions could do it. But you never know. Like it's just I don't know. I say though we get into like we're gonna start predicting this next year. So you wanna do that? All right.
I have to go to the bathroom.
You have to go to the bathroom. We'll be right back. All right, guys, and we are back ready to predict the Scorpions Leopards series. So both these teams come to this matchup. Obviously, slate 1, both teams are 0-0, so it's going to be a fresh start. There could be some rust on for both teams. I think. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think it'd be a little bit rusty.
There's gonna be some rust.
I haven't swung a bat in a while.
Jay hasn't swung a bat. I don't know. Bennett's pitched. I don't know. Scorpions. I have no idea.
Bennett looked just fine hitting though.
Yeah, Bennett looked hitting when he had good hitting when he had a sub in for
Cooper
Thomas.
actually also had a hit as subbing.
Cooper had a sub in. He actually got a hit, so good for Cooper there. So let's predict. So let's take into account of who we know is going to be there so far. We know that's going to be the Scorpions' original 3 from last year. Obviously, they went 0-9, but they were really close. They had some games where they were really close. So I think you guys, and obviously you're 3. I think you guys will for sure. I think you guys will most likely win 2 at the least, if not sweep. I think the Scorpions do still, since it's first year of the year. I think if they could pounce on that and still maybe get a win, I think they could honestly. I think I could see them getting a win because if it were me, I'd put Nick on the mound because he did honestly the best pitching last year for them. I would think. At the beginning of the year, so if he does well again in the beginning part of the year, I would probably have him pitch. I'd probably have him pitch game 1, and if he does well from there, I'd keep him in. And then worst case, they go to maybe Jarbo to try to see if he can put some in there. But I think you guys, I think it's really just gonna be Bennett only. I'm pretty sure.
I might pitch like an inning or 2.
Yeah, just give Bennett's arm some relief so it doesn't fall off. But no, so I think Bennett's gonna be the most likely pitching, and I think it depends. Your guys' success will depend on his pitching. If you guys can hold the Scorpions batting to a minimum, I think that will help you out. But also, I don't know, has Bennett pitched in a while? I don't know how he's really looked.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be fine though.
But I think yours is offense. I think your offense will be fine. Since their pitchers don't throw a lot of like crazy complex stuff.
Yeah.
But no, I think you guys will do pretty good hitting wise. I think, and honestly, here's what I think will come down to on the series: pitching for both teams. I think that's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah.
I think if it comes down to how both teams will pitch. So like I said, Nick Reiser or Colin Jarbo taking over the Scorpions, or for example, or I'm sorry, or like Bennett, or say if Jay comes in to relieve. Two guys I don't think are going to be pitching. I don't think Wade and Cooper are going to be pitching. They're not going to be pitching. They didn't really pitch at all last year. So I think that's what it's going to come down to. Now for our prediction. What do you think, Jay, was going to happen, like series-wise? I know it's your team. Try not to be as biased as possible. I know it's your team.
I think we'll take 2.
You think you'll take 2?
A sweep would be really nice because even if we don't win the next series, we'll still be in a good position. I
honestly think it'll probably be like you guys will probably say 2 out of 3. I think it's gonna come game. I'm saying it comes game 2. I think the Scorpions will get a win. I'm saying it'll come game 2.
Okay.
I think Nick Reiser will most likely be in, and I think he pitches well enough, and they're gonna get the win. And you guys. And Bennett maybe gets hit around. Maybe they get some hits off of Bennett. Who knows? I think, from my understanding, Bennett throws a riser, slider, and a drop.
Yeah.
I think that's his 3 pitches.
Yeah.
Bennett's riser is probably the best pitch he has. And it's just, honestly, I think as a hitter, you just gotta see it located. If you or just recognize it coming out of the hand. Because if it goes underhand, your best believe it's gonna be his riser, and you gotta know if it's gonna rise up enough to either hit the zone.
Yeah,
or
his riser has a lot of movement.
Yeah, that riser it's rung me up on some pitches last year. I was not too happy about that because we got swept in that series against you guys.
Yeah.
It was not a very good series for us last year.
That was my best series.
Yeah, it was a very good series, but so I think that's could happen. I think you guys would take 2 out of 3, but I think honestly it could go sweep. I don't think I see the Leopards losing the series. I don't think you guys will lose the series.
Probably not.
But I think either you guys will take 2 out of 3, or you guys will sweep. I think that's kind of how it's going to go, because we don't know what the Scorpions are going to be like without Colin Williams. I think for sure they'd get 1 if C-Dubs would be here for that series, but that's all we really know of them right now. We only know last season's form and how they did against you guys last year. That's really all we know about them, and also how you guys did last year. And I think the thing last year with you guys was pitching. I think was how Bennett pitched, because when Bennett was at his best, it was pitching hot down the stretch.
Yeah.
And it was like that. It started game 3 that series, but the first 2 when the Scorpions almost won, it's because it was high scoring games.
Yeah.
They were able to get runs and stay in it, but the Scorpions were able to get like really good pitching. I think that was almost how they came and beat you guys. They almost won 2 out of 3 against you guys. And then if that would have happened, that could have been a lot of a different season last year. I think the Sailors would have definitely won the World Series, but well, that's why you play the games. You never know what's going to happen. The parity in this league is honestly crazy. That's why I like it so much. What do you say? We get into the last part. We're gonna our special segment that we try to do. We don't have much, but we are going to try to predict the rest of the season. Since we couldn't do this beforehand, we're going to try to predict the rest of the season. So Jay, we already got our 1 series. So Cranes are 0-3, Sailors are 3-0. We still have the teams that are 0-0. So what do you think is going to happen? So Slate 1, Series 2, Scorpions, Scorpions, Leopards. What do you think is going to happen?
I think we'll take 2. Could stretch it to 3. I think we could get 3, but
Most likely,
2.
do you think 2? Okay.
Yeah, we'll take 2.
So then after Slate 1, Jay would have them as 3-0 Sailors, 2-1 Leopards, 1-2 Scorpions, 0-3 Cranes. So I don't know how the order of these next couple series are going to go after starting Slate 2. But let's start off with series Cranes, Leopards. What do you think is going to happen?
I think the Leopards will take 2 again.
I think you'll take 2.
Yeah.
So then that would be I'm trying to do my math. That'd be 4-2 for the Leopards, and then be 1-5 for the Cranes. Would not be very good, but they could, still salvage, get hot for the end of the season. So the next Slate 2 series would be Scorpions, Sailors. Let's think about this though with C-Dubs being there. We're gonna think about this with the full team. Let's think about that.
I feel like it's still gonna be a sweep.
Maybe
Like that pitching combo, Kingston and Thomas is almost
unstoppable.
unstoppable.
It's really. I mean, it depends. Like if Colin Williams can keep it close,
Yeah.
maybe they could get close in a game. But I honestly would agree with you. I think. Well, I'll do my predictions after, but I most likely agree with you. So then after slate 2, Jay has predictions: 6-0 Sailors, 4-2 Leopards, 1-5 Cranes, and Scorpions tied at the bottom of the league. So that'd be a fight for the toilet bowl, or who would tank for the number 1 pick. And I've already got word we could have another prospect if this league can keep going next year.
Okay.
We might have another prospect. I don't know if you may not know.
I
I'm not going to reveal this on camera because obviously nothing's official. We have no idea if there's going to be a B league next year. But I'm still not going to tank. I'm trying to win.
Yeah.
So we'll see all that. All right. So we got slate 3. Let's go with the Scorpions Cranes. What do you think will happen? Scorpions Cranes.
I think Cranes will take 2 in
Think we'll
that,
take
in that
2?
series. Yeah.
All right. So then you would have the Cranes finishing off at 3-6 on the year, and then you have the Scorpions finishing off at 2-7 on the year. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So then the best series of the year we're gonna probably see all year: Leopards, Sailors fighting for the 1 seed. You guys, no one would have to sweep this. If this is how it plays out, you guys would have to sweep them to get that 1 seed. What do you think is gonna happen?
And I just don't see that happening.
All right.
I think Sailors will take 2 and we'll take 1.
I think you guys. I could see that, and I agree with that. So we're gonna. So if Jay has it finishing out, we got 8-1 Sailors locking at the 1 seed. Then we have 2 seed Leopards at 5-4. I think. I think right because you said you guys will take only 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you guys will be 5-4, and then third place. And the 3 seed would be the Central Cranes, us at 3-6, and then the 2-7 Scorpions at the 4th spot.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're in the playoffs. Let's predict the 1-4 matchup. It's best out of 3 series. Jay, who do you have? Sailors, Scorpions. Who do you have?
I have Sailors, but I think
think-
Scorpions will win 1.
Do you think
I think they'll win.
Do you think they will win game 1 or game 2?
I think they'll win game 1.
Game 1.
Yeah.
So that would actually be crazy if they could win game
Because
1.
I feel like the
They put
Sailors
a
might
lot
be,
of pressure on that
I feel like the
Sailors.
Sailors would be like sleeping on them a little bit,
Yeah.
and they surprise them maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can honestly see that. So Sailors in 3, Scorpions if they take the game 1. So that'd be their overall record at the final end of the season would be 3 and let's think. Let's do some math now. 3-9, I think would be their total at the end of the season. If they can stretch it that far, which 3-9 would be a lot better from last year. That is definitely for sure. Now let's get into the 2v3 matchup. Note these playoffs would be just like last year. 2v3 Leopards versus the Cranes. What do you have?
I think it would turn out about the same as last year. I think we'd take 2. You guys take 1.
Yeah. I think we took game 1 last year, I think that's what we did. We took game 1. I most likely would see that happening. So that would finish off for the Cranes. They would finish off at 4-8, I think. That'd be how that worked. They'd finish off at 4-8. Obviously, a very disappointing season, but because overall our last year we would finish at 5-7, I think is what we finished at. So then 4-8 would be obviously a downgrade, but
we don't know. They could do really well.
We could honestly somehow win out and maybe finish 6-3. You never know. Or we could lose out and become another 0-9 seed to be a winless team. I really hope that's not the case. I think we'll always get 1.
Yeah.
All right, so we got World Series, Jay. We have the 1 seed Ohio Sailors looking for revenge against the number 2 seed Lowtown Leopards. Also, I want you guys to think though. Do you guys like the Lowtown Leopards name? I think it's.
I like it.
You wouldn't think that. It seems kind of interesting. You'd think of it at first, but I honestly kind of like it. It rolls off the tongue with like the L's.
Yeah.
Like, cause you think of like the Motor City, like Detroit Lions, like the Motor City, like, or sometimes it seems like the Tigers, like they say like the Motor City Kitties. I think is sometimes they say. So I say like Lowtown Leopards. I kind of like that. I kind of liked it. I liked it. The captains liked it. We all liked it. So, and it made sense. There's no like really region with an L. So I think it made sense kind of to do that. So, anyway, let's get back to what we were doing. So, World Series, what is your prediction, Jay? Best out of 3.
I think the Sailors get this one.
Do you
I
think
they win.
Do you think
2-1.
Sailors?
2-1.
What game do you think you guys would take?
I think we take game 2.
Game 2? Okay. So then you will have in 3 the Sailors winning the World Series in 3, getting revenge over you guys from last year. I could definitely see that happening for sure. I would definitely see that. So Jay's prediction: the Sailors win it all. So Sailors fans, if there are any of you out there other than the players, there you go. Jay here predicts them to win. So there you go. Now my prediction. Here we go. All right. So my prediction is going to be for this first series: Scorpions, Leopards. I honestly think, I don't know. It's just I think the Scorpions will take 1 just because of the rust factor. I think they will for sure. I don't even think for sure. I think they'll take 1. So I'd give them the 1 and 2 start. You guys will start out 2 and 1, kind of everything how you said to start out. So then it's going to the second series. I think Cranes Leopards.
Yeah.
I think we'd take 1. I honestly agree we'd take 1 off you guys. So then we would start off at 1 and 5, and then you guys would get to 4 and 2. And Sailors, Scorpions, and this is with Colin Williams. Hot take: I think the Scorpions win 1 game. I think they win 1 game. If Colin Williams is there, the first overall pick, even though we've still not seen him, but I've seen him play. He's really good. And if he can pitch well for them and keep it close, I think they could potentially win a game. So here's how high I have it after slate 2. I have 5-1 Sailors, 4-2 Leopards, and I have at the 3 spot I have
2 and 4.
2 and 4 Scorpions, and then 1 and 5 Cranes. So that's what I have after slate 2. So now we're gonna head into slate 3. Cranes, Scorpions. Now, I think we will take 2. I think we would take 2. So that would give us a 3 and 6 finish. And we would be tied. I think we're a tied finish with the Scorpions, both at 3 and 6.
Yeah.
And I think it would go head to head base off. So we would
Yeah.
be the 3 seed and they'd be the 4. And I think for you guys, it's be 5-1 versus 4 and 2. All right, and here's where I think it could get controversial, potentially. I think you guys win that series 2 out of 3.
Okay.
I think that you guys win the series 2 out of 3 because you guys get hot at the end of the season, and you never know how people are going to show up, if they're going to be playing well. Sailors are a really good team, yes, but you never know how they will show up. So I think that you guys will take 2 out of 3. So overall, you guys would finish off at 6 and 3. And they would also finish off at 6 and 3, but you guys would have a tiebreaker, so you guys would be the 1 seed, Sailors 2 seed, Cranes 3, Scorpions 4. The bottom 2 at 3 and 6, the top at 6 and 3. That'd be actually kind of cool to see, like record wise. But here we go, into the playoffs. 1 seed Leopards versus 4 seed Scorpions. I think you guys sweep. I think you guys would sweep them. I think handily almost, because Bennett's a menace in the postseason. Bennett is a menace in the postseason. I think that's just how it works. All right, so now we get in. So you guys advance on the 1 seed. You guys advance to the World Series. Cranes, Sailors, my team as a 3 seed heading into the 2 seed against the Sailors. I would really wish we would win this series, but once again, I don't see it happening. Sadly, as of how it is right now. But I do think, honestly, I think we could rally and get maybe a game, like game 2. I think we can maybe get, but I say we get game 2, but that's only it, and then we lose. So I think, so we will finish. So I would have us finishing off at 4 and 8, kind of how that would finish. I have the Scorpions finishing off at 3 and 9. I think is how it is. So then we got 1 seed Leopards, 2 seed Sailors. I think that the Ohio Sailors most likely take 2 out of 3. I think the Leopards will take game 2, but I think the Sailors take game 1 and 3, so crowning them as the World Series champs for the first time ever in league history. They would win a World Series. and that would leave the two winless World Series teams as the Scorpions and the Cranes heading into year 3. But you never know. We never even know if we're going to get to year 3. No one even knows that, and we don't even know how this team's going to finish. That's why we still got to play the games, and that's why you guys should be watching it every single series, and we will be playing as hard as we can to see what's going to happen. We'll all be there. We're all going to see what's happening. So I think it's been a pretty long podcast. I don't really know exactly how long it's been, but I think we're all ready to finish this one off. It's been a long one, but a good one. But remember, this summer, we'll be able to post a lot more podcast episodes, series recaps, and previews. It's going to be so much fun for you guys to listen to and watch all our series. They're going to be so much better. But upcoming, be on the lookout. Leopards, Scorpions, late one. 2 fresh record teams. We'll see how it goes. All right, Jay, would you like to finish us off?
Yep. See you guys